Last time, we ventured into the jungles of the Ranthambore National Park. We came face to face with a number of wildlife species and got to document some of their most interesting behaviors. This time, we'll set out on a journey into the mystical mangroves, the Sundarban National Park. Alongside exploring the wildlife, we'll try to catch a glimpse into the lives of the people who depend on this forest for their sustenance. At the end, we'll witness how nature always has surprises for us. It is just that we need to be patient enough and not lose hope. The Sundarbans is the world's largest mangrove forest. It is formed by the confluence of the Ganga, Brahmaputra, and Meghna rivers in the Bay of Bengal. Roughly 40% of the Sundarbans area falls within India, and the rest 60% is located in Bangladesh. It is the only mangrove forest in the world that is home to the Royal Bengal tiger. Ecotourism in the Sundarbans has been developing since the early 2000s. It has become a very popular destination for both domestic and international visitors who are drawn to its unique ecosystem and wildlife. Our very first sighting was this juvenile Brahminy kite. They have a darker brownish black plumage compared to the adult's distinct chestnut and white coloring. Brahminy kites are primarily scavengers, with a diet consisting mainly of dead fish, crabs, and other small vertebrates. In habitats like that in the Sundarbans, they are often seen catching fish from the water surface. Usually in the October month, there is quite a bit of rush. Due to the puja holidays, tourists flock to the Sundarbans in large numbers. These are members of the Sundarban Forest Department. They patrol the forest on small boats and they help prevent any activity that may cause harm to the ecosystem. Poaching has been a formidable foe to wildlife conservation everywhere. Initiatives like this help to keep such illegal activities in check. Mangrove trees exhibit various adaptations to survive in the challenging environment. Aerial roots called pneumatophores extend from the mud, which allows the trees to access atmospheric oxygen even in the waterlogged soil conditions. Our last sighting of the day was a brown winged kingfisher. It can be easily identified by its large size, scarlet bill, and distinct brown colored wings. On the second day, we entered from another side of the jungle. Our goal was to explore the areas which we hadn't seen the previous day. Early morning, we were greeted by a green-billed Malkoha. They are known for their diligence in nest building and raising their own young, not practicing brood parasitism, unlike some other cuckoo species. The lesser adjutant stork is a large wading bird in the stork family. It is currently listed as near threatened by the IUCN, which is an improvement from its previous status of vulnerable. The IUCN attributes this change to diligent conservation efforts. These vast mudflats also serve as hunting grounds for many semi-aquatic bird species, including this Eurasian curlew. In the afternoon, we came across the fresh pug marks of a tiger on the mudflats of an island. We then completely shifted our focus to tracking that tiger. While on our search for the tiger, we came across this very interesting scene. The thousands of tiny black dots that you see on your screen are actually honeybees. We had been in search for the tiger for almost 3 hours. Here in the Sundarbans, it is a very common practice among the tourist boats to wash the front of the boat with water whenever there seems to be a drought in tiger sightings. Now, I don't know whether this practice is effective or not, but they have been doing this for years, and I am no one to question it. At around 4:30 in the evening, we got the information that a boat had seen the tiger near a watchtower. We rushed towards the area and were just fast enough to catch a glimpse of it before it swam across the creek. Within a few minutes of waiting, we saw another tiger crossing the creek. Our guide said that this was the mother of the cub which had crossed before. It was not long before a third tiger came out. Our guide said that this was the second cub. Later, we came to know that the young tigress which we had seen in October 2021 was actually the mother whom we saw this time. Early morning of the third day, we spotted some Irrawaddy dolphins. Dolphins, however, are very hard to film because we don't really know when and where they'll jump out of the water. About 2 hours into the day, we came across a herd of spotted deer. Since the mudflats usually do not have any grass, leaves from the short trees often become their primary food source. Spotted deer are the primary food source of the tigers here. In a recent census, it was seen that there has been a significant increase in the deer population in the Sundarbans. The spotted deer density in the forest is estimated to be around 0.8 to 1.4 per square kilometer. The small hole in the tree trunk that you see houses a very special animal, the king cobra. It's the longest venomous snake in the world, and it can be differentiated from the monocled cobra, which is also found here, by its comparatively larger head and nostrils. In the evening, we saw some pug marks of a tiger. Upon inspection, we understood that it was from the early morning and the tiger had gone to the non tourism area, so there was no hope to track it any further. Saltwater crocodiles are a significant part of the Sundarbans ecosystem. These crocodiles are apex predators and are often seen basking on mudflats during the low tides. In the late evening, we went to one of the watchtowers. A forest guard had seen a tigress and her two cubs move towards the water hole which can be seen from that watchtower. We went there and waited for a long time, but there was no tiger movement at all that day. It was the fourth and the last day of our trip. Upon entering the forest at sunrise, we saw this Indian water monitor lizard on a pine tree. These monitor lizards can be quite commonly found here in the Sundarbans, and adult males can grow up to 3 meters in length. This is an adult Brahminy kite. You can clearly notice the difference in its color as compared to the juvenile Brahminy kite which we had seen on the very first day. Mudskippers are semi-terrestrial fish that are particularly found along the seaward edges of the mangroves. They spend their time both in land and in water. Their populations are sensitive indicators of the health of the mangrove ecosystem. At around 9:30, we got the information that a boat had actually seen fresh tiger footprints in one of the canals. We went and waited near one of the canals which we thought that the tiger might cross. The tigress which we were after was one whose movement pattern was known to the guides. It was already 4 p.m. and there had been no movement of the tigress. We had to leave the jungle by sunset, so we started heading out of the area. Just when no one had expected, we saw an orange ember emerge from the dense mangroves. The tigress had finally decided to come out and cross the canal. Other boats had already left the area. We were the only ones who had stayed back just a bit longer. She then went inside the jungle and sat down. She probably wanted to cross the canal in privacy, so we let her be and started heading out of the jungle. If you enjoyed the video, do consider subscribing to our channel for more such wildlife expeditions. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.